So I wanted to say hello. How's everyone doing today? I wanted to kind of recognize some of my supporters. Today we're going to be discussing, and this is Driving with Myles. I'm a state certified instructor. I teach segment one, segment two, and I'm going to go over some of the DMV requirements to help you pass your test. So let's get right into it. Uh, we're going to talk about search today. You have to have an active search. And when you have an active search, hey, I passed the test. That's beautiful. Road test will be soon. Listen in, leave some comments, ask some questions. I'm so excited. I just want to speak. The YouTube channel is growing, it's exploding. I just want to say I love all of you. And I appreciate all of you. I have 51 videos uploaded. I'm putting in work. So I appreciate all of you. Yes, I'm on the other platform too. I'm doing both. Just putting in bit work, right? What's up, Flex? Flex, you won the Kahoot. Awesome. I will do it again soon. I got my license this past Thursday. That's beautiful. DNA hype. I'm gonna get right into it. Just feel free to chat in and talk and accelerate, and we'll get some other things going. So when you're driving, you got to have an active search, right? When you have your active search, you'll be able to see things from the left, from the middle, from the right. You want to check your mirrors, and the videos that I'm putting together, I'm always checking the mirrors. You got to check your mirrors every 12 to 15 seconds, right? All right, that's right. You got to check the mirrors every 12 to 15 seconds. Why? It keeps you safe. There are a lot of people who are coming in and out of your blind spot. There are people who drive up to cars and they kind of hang around there. So if you don't check your blind spot, if you don't get in the habit, you're going to cut off a car. No one wants to do that. No one wants to have that situation happen, right? So your blind spots are left side, right side, front, and back. You got to get in the habit of just seeing around you. I do have a 16-foot trailer. I haul a car to the track occasionally, and those trailers are long. So you've got to really look and be mindful of cars that are in your blind spots. Thank you, Flex. Appreciate you too. Let's talk about the small picture. You're driving through neighborhoods, you see toys, you see kids walking, you see people playing. You've got to be that defensive driver. You got to slow your speed down, right? You've really got to be super patient in your digesting of the information around you. And from doing this YouTube information, kind of sharing my vision, this has made me a better driver. This has really stepped up my game, right? And you get a chance to see what I do every day. You get a chance to see what I do in my life, right? Helping people pass their road test, their DMV test, segment one, segment two, and then giving you that knowledge. Yes, I am a state certified instructor, right? And I got to be proud of that. So it's awesome because you're really helping people become successful, and you're helping them get their license. You're helping them get a job. You're helping them drive from home to college. So the rewards are endless. Okay, and a lot of good things are coming. Let me continue. A lot of beginner drivers stop too frequently. So if you keep tapping your brakes and tapping your brakes, you will basically wear out your brakes, heat up the pads, but also drivers behind you will stop processing that information, right? How do I know this? 2 summers ago, myself and another instructor, we were driving around with our students, and I was leading the pack, and then we switched. Student drivers tap the brakes and tap the brakes and tap the brakes, and it's really confusing. So you want to be mindful of that and have good spacing. One of the things on the videos that I always talk about is how much space I have, right? You don't want to tailgate people. You don't want to be in so much a hurry. You're killing yourself to get where you're going. The number one reason why people speed is because they are late, right? So you want to get there early. You want to take your time. We have construction around the United States. So that is no excuse to drive fast, to drive reckless. You want to be patient. You want to give yourself a chance to arrive alive, because they do give tickets out there. Okay, driving home this morning, person got pulled over. So you got to be mindful of that. And if you're in control of your speed, then you don't have to worry about the police. You don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder because you're out of control. You know, you want to be safe. You want to be a defensive driver. Next, if you brake too hard, like really jerking the brakes, you're going to lose points. And it shows you don't have control of the car. You, as the driver, have to have control of your car. You always want to keep the space because people don't use blinkers. If you've seen a lot of my content, people do not use blinkers. So you have to anticipate, oh, this car's turning. Oh, they're turning, because it always catches you off guard. That's where the defensive driving mindset comes in. You've got to be a defensive driver. You have to stay on top of your game 24 hours a day, at night, in the morning, afternoon, holidays, because people are not thinking about driving. They're thinking about their families. Rush hour can be very intense. People are trying to get home. They're trying to get to work. They're trying to get where they're going. So you have to have that chilled mindset where you kind of relax, but yet being a defensive driver. If you have to hit something, you want to hit something soft. So you never want to hit another car. Head-on collisions are the most dangerous. So avoid a head-on collision at any cost. You also, if you have to hit something soft or sideswipe something. Okay, that's super important. Let's keep it going. Railroad crossings, you have to look left, right, and left. You've got to really scan. You got to look ahead. You got to show the DMV tester, the road tester, that you are aware of your vehicle, you are in control, and you're smooth. I like to see confidence with my students. How do you drive confidently? You're looking ahead. You're covering the brake. You anticipate other cars who are not using the blinkers, and you leave space. So I always try to teach my students that defensive mindset. And when you have a defensive mindset, you're going to be defensive, right? Got to tell a little joke. Okay, next, driving distractions. The world is full of distractions. There are two types of distractions. There's an in-car distraction, turning on the radio, maybe adjusting something, and there's out-of-car distractions, maybe an accident. So you as the driver have to minimize those distractions and just stay chilled. And if you can stay chilled, you're really going to kind of be aware, have a defensive mindset, and just always be in a mental mindset to be defensive, right? In a mental mindset to be that courteous driver, in a mental mindset not to road rage, because no one wants to be road raged on. No one wants to be tailgated. No one wants to be cut off. Because we're in a pandemic, you know, worldwide, we're in a pandemic, people are excessively aggressive. I can't tell you how many times we've been with our students driving and cars just cut us off or they tailgate us. So you can't internalize someone else's stress. You've got to stay chilled, stay relaxed, have that mindset, and then use that knowledge to arrive safe. That's what it's all about, arriving safe. Let's continue. You got to have good eye movement. The one thing that you see in my content, always using your eyes, always scanning left, always scanning middle, always scanning right. Every 12 to 15 seconds, check your mirrors. That is one point of emphasis your DMV testers, your road testers are looking at. We have to see eye movement. Okay, that eye movement will protect you. A kid is coming across, you cover the brake. A car ran a light, you're covering the brake. Someone turned suddenly, you're covering the brake. We have to be defensive. Okay, that defensive mindset will save your life. That is super important. Let's continue. Got my little list here. Next, you want to not check the speedometer excessively. A lot of beginning drivers stare at the speedometer. Your eyes have to be scanning near and far, looking ahead, checking your rear mirror, just like the space around me. You want to protect your space. You can only protect the space in front of you. You can't protect the space behind you. If you have questions, just put them in. So protect that space. That will save your life. And if someone does stop, you have time to react and time to slow down. So you don't want to tailgate people. You don't want to be on top of people. Let's continue. a lot of beginning drivers and on your DMV test or road test, you're entering the expressway. You're on the acceleration ramp. You're accelerating up to a 45 to a 55 miles an hour. We, meaning my peers in the transportation industry, we want to see you check that mirror, use that turn signal, check that blind spot, and then accelerate on the ramp smoothly, not as if you're scared. Because if you're scared, you're going to grip that wheel and you're going to drift to the right or drift to the left. I want to see smooth merges. And that makes me feel good. That makes me feel confident. And I want to see confidence in my students because it's all about confidence. Now you're on the expressway. You're driving at 70 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. You keep space. It's 10 miles for 10, it's a one car length for every 10 miles an hour. So we're going to be getting off at the next exit. I try to tell my students ahead of time, right? A half a mile, you want to get over to the right lane or left lane, depending on when your exit is. You got questions, just type them in and I'll answer them. If you, so I try to tell my students to get over early. Good road testers, good DMV testers, good instructors would tell you to get over early. We want to see you check that mirror and blind spot. We want to see you mirror, turn signal, blind spot, get over to that lane. Now, I want to see you get on the brakes. Not hard and heavy, but smooth and easy. And then you have that clover leaf, and you have those chevron alignment signs. I always talk about that in my videos, right? That chevron alignment sign is there for a reason. That warning sign is there for a reason. Slow down. You're taking too much speed in that curve, and literally centrifugal force is going to pull you to the outside. So you don't want to be pulled to the outside, right? You want to have good spacing. You want to really see what's going on, and you want to control your vehicle. If you hit that edge of that gravel, those ball bearings, you're going to slide off. And it can be really scary. So you have to maintain control of your vehicle at all times. You have to show confidence. There's an area on the test that talks about being timid, that talks about being aggressive. You want to be in the middle. You don't want to be timid. You don't want to be aggressive. You want to be smooth and defensive. If it's black ice, you hit that brake too hard, you're going to slide. If it's raining, you hit that brake too hard, you're going to slide. But if you're smooth on that brake, gradually slowing that car down, you have great control. And it's a smooth transition to a stop. And then if it's no turn on red, we want to see you stop behind the stop line. And if it's no turn red, I want to see you looking left and right. I want to see you checking your mirrors because cars could be coming behind you, not aware, and we get rear-ended. So you always want to be aware of this and be that defensive driver. So now your lights turn green. Green does not mean go. Green means look to the left, look to the right, because cars will run what? Soft yellows and hard reds. So, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, or I was not paying attention, and they broadside you. So the goal is to be a defensive driver. The goal in driving is not to be aggressive, not to be disrespectful, because everyone has an experience. Everyone has an opportunity to drive in the HTS. The HTS is the Highway Transportation System. So you want to respect your elders. You want to respect all drivers and have that defensive mindset on. Let's continue. So if you go up the ramp too fast, you're going to lose control. You have to look left, right, and left. I want to see you turning your head and making those shoulder checks. That's going to save your life one day. One of my students sent me a text. Hey, driving with Myles, I just got my permit. Went to the Secretary of State. I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful, right? Some other side notes, we will be doing another Kahoot. We will be doing a Zoom, right? I just been trying to, put more content in. We're going to do a Zoom. I'll get that posted on there, right? We will be doing another Kahoot because I really want to get to know you. I really want to get to interact with you. And I'll be getting some new equipment very soon to bring you more value, right? Better microphone, a better webcam. So it's going good because I want to bring you value. I want you to know that, yes, I'm an instructor. Yes, I'm on different social media platforms, but I want to keep bringing you that value because I've done this 21, 22 years. And every day I get better. I'm getting better because of all of you. I'm getting better because of the social media. So I want to keep growing. I want to keep getting better. And if you have ideas, just leave them in the chat because I'm about student growth. I'm about student success, because that's why I do this, because it's a very fulfilling job, from day one when you're first driving to that last drive where you're able to parallel park, you're able to merge on the freeway, but more importantly, you're able to make decisions on your own, right? Because you're going to be driving in that car one day and you're going to have to make a decision. Do I run this yellow light and possibly injure someone? Do I run this yellow light, or do I slow down without slamming the brakes and make good decisions? Don't get comfortable running yellow lights. That's the advice that I'm giving you, because on your DMV test or road test, if you run a yellow, turns red, that's automatic failure. That is a dangerous maneuver. Now, lights change randomly. And if you're in that area where you can't stop safely, you proceed with caution. But I never, ever in my career have advocated students running lights, because it's just a dangerous behavior. And I don't want to take chances like that. I don't want you to take chances like that. Okay, let's keep going. You don't cancel your turn signal. You need to turn your turn signal on 100 feet or half a block. On your DMV test or road test, you have to have good timing. And a lot of beginning drivers lack good timing. Example, you're in the middle of the block. I need you to make a right turn at the corner. Hey, how you doing, Robin? What's up? I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I got some big things coming. I just can't say yet. Okay. My daughter and I are gonna be doing some routines. We got it. I love it. So look, you're in the middle of your block. I want you to make a right turn at the corner. If you turn your blinker on the last 3 or 4 houses, that's too late. You'll get marked down. If you turn your blinker on in the middle of the block, that's too early. Turn it on 5. What's going on? What's going on? Rachel, how are you? So it's timing. And if you're not good at timing, I take students in neighborhoods and then we look at blocks. So everything, good instructors put you in situations to be successful. You feel me? I'm about teaching success. I try to get you in some of the most challenging areas to make you the best driver you could be. Downtown, country, suburban, dirt roads, hills and curves. And there's just so much. I have some other information I'm going to be putting out soon. I just did not get a chance to upload it. But the more you can get into challenging situations, it hasn't even snowed yet, right? That's going to be crazy. So ice, black ice. So there's so many areas and so many topics we're going to cover. I just want to give you knowledge because I care about you. And when you really know me, you know that I care. You know that I value you, because you don't do driver's ed for as long as I have, 21, 22 years, without caring about your students. It's not about your parents. It's not about the driving company. It's not about me. It's about you, because all of you, guess what? You're that next generation driver. That's true. That's facts. So when I see you go to Secretary of State or you text me back, I'm like, yes, I got another driver who's doing well. So those things are super important. And you have to be that defensive driver, because as you grow and learn, you're going to have more issues, more road rage, more congestion. Hey, okay, Brian, thank you. Thank you. Tell them I said hello also, right? Have them come on in, right? Subscribe, come on in. Look, once we really get this thing going, we're going to do a Zoom, right? I have Kahoot. I pay for the pro version. We're going to get 2,000 people on there. You know, we're going to break the internet. So I'm just rolling these things out, getting them going. And it's a process, right? Flex won the last Kahoot. So we're going to figure out how we, get a little reward out to you, maybe a little cash app or something. We will figure it out, because I'm a teacher. And when you're a teacher and a driving instructor, you want the best for your students, right? So let me continue. Let me keep talking about this. So timing is super important. So if you don't know when you're turning your blinker on, I take you into a neighborhood, and then you have to learn to count the houses. Okay, this is too early. This is too late. That's just right. And then when you come up to the edge road, I got to see you looking left, right, and left. And then the next biggest thing is pulling out in traffic. A lot of beginning drivers say, yes, check that oil. You got to check that oil. Okay, real life, going down to Florida. My friend and I got my 68 Camaro. We went down to Florida. Didn't check the oil. It's F-150. The motor locked up. I was in Ohio. Luckily, I had like $500. I had to pay a guy to tow me back. Scary. Real life facts. Check your motor oil in your vehicle. That is the lifeblood, right? Let's keep going. I want to keep it going. The energy level is here. If you have comments, just type it in. I want to acknowledge all of you. I want to show you all that I love you. And if you know I'm bringing value, give it a thumbs up. I see those 6 thumbs up, and I'm keeping it real. So next, poor lane tracking. A lot of beginning drivers drift to the right or drift to the left. The last few days, the weather has been really crazy. And literally, you have to learn how to have night vision. Thank you for that thumbs up. You have to have night vision. What does that mean? Like, we all have a home or apartment. What are some tips? The night vision. You want to learn to look at the edge line to the right. You want to learn to check the broken white lines. Every state is different. Some states have really crispy pavement markings. They do replace them. Other states do not. Some states have new lights. Like, for instance, I have a light on here on me and have my ring light. But you have to learn how to look at the taillights of cars. You have to learn how to, your windshield of your car needs to be clean, right? You want to go out just before it gets dark and learn it's like you at night at home. You cut off the lights, the pupils of your eyes inside there open up to let more light in, right? Your instructor will point out things to help you learn how to become comfortable. You want to increase your following distance. You never want to be on top of cars. It takes 2 or 3 drives to get comfortable at night. Some of my students are on that 4th, 5th drive, and they're driving in the dark. We make sure our car is clean. The headlights are clean. The windshield is clean, right? Windshield is clean inside and out. That makes a difference. We had to get new windshield wipers on the instructor car. That makes a big difference. You've got to get crispy new windshield wiper blades. That keeps your car clean. And occasionally hey, Myles, what's the best way to prepare for studying for the permit test? Number one, I have a Kahoot, right? A Kahoot that I custom made. I'm going to be putting those on the site. DMV test prep. I have some of those. Whatever driver must know. It depends on the state that you're in. If we were in Texas, you have things relative to Texas. If we were in California, you have things relative to California. So you have to look at that DMV test, and we're still under that lockdown, right? So you can't just walk in there. You can check online and download it. A lot of you are on a mobile device, right? If you're on a YouTube platform, some of you are on your mobile device, right? So you can download that to your phone or to your tablet and study that test. And in some states, that test is life or death. You have questions on pavement markings. You have questions on road signs. You have questions on driving in downtown areas. You have questions on residential areas. You have questions on the freeway. So they want to test your general knowledge, right? Let me keep going. When you make turns, you want to turn in the nearest lane. What's your website? Driving with Myles, Myles. It's incredible. Subscriber count is just through the roof, but there are a lot of people. It's Driving with Myles. I'm just setting it up. Driving with Myles, Myles. And it is coming up in a lot of your searches, similar to the other platform. And I haven't abandoned the other platform. That has some things, daughter's homecoming, right? She was on the homecoming court, college football with the son. I'm doing it. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a driver's ed instructor. I'm a teacher. So I balance all those things, but you always see me, and I'm passionate about my students, whether it is the TikTok platform or the YouTube platform. I'm always about, if you want to laugh, you go to the TikTok. Okay, at the funny guy _2, right? If you want to learn how to drive, Driving with Myles. If you want to get both, you get a chance to see me because I am a funny guy, and my daughter is my manager, right? So the content is growing. I have 4 or 5 more videos I've got to upload. I'm at about 51 or 52 videos. It's growing because I want to give you value, broken down by downtown driving, expressway driving, defensive driving, parking. There's some other things that I'm getting there, but it's all about pushing that content out so you see value. And if you see value, you're going to tell your friends, share, like, subscribe. Let me keep going here. I'm going to talk about 2 more categories because I don't want to drag it along. But if you have questions, ask, because I'm here for you, right? Showing you that love. You want to A bad gap is when you pull out in front of a car. That's one of the most scariest things for instructors. A lot of beginning drivers don't know how to judge distance, and you just pull right out on the car. And that gives everyone in the car a heart attack. Like, oh my God, you just pulled out in front of a car, but they don't realize it. So you can't get mad at your drivers. You've got to teach them. You've got to show them, okay, you still don't have enough room. You got to look at a gap. And the bigger the gap, the safer it is. You always want to turn into the nearest lane. And if you have to get over to the opposite side of the road, you get into the nearest lane, you accelerate, mirror turn signal blind spot, and then you make the maneuver, right? Let's continue. Turning in double right turns, double left turns. If you're in the inside lane, you make that right turn, you turn into the nearest lane. If the nearest lane has an accident or there's something going on, mirror turn signal blind spot, you look over your shoulder, you accelerate, right? I love to see students make good decisions, make those positive decisions. And I'm about building confidence. Every single drive, I want to build confidence. Every day we drive, we're building that trust, right, from day one. And that trust starts with me setting you up in the seat, prepping you in class with that Kahoot, with that Quizlet. You pass your DMV test, you pass your knowledge test, then we drive, right? And then everything I've talked about in the class, you put it together. I can't find a website on the internet. It's called Driving with Myles. I'll bring it up on my phone. So it's all good. I'll show it to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So Driving with Myles, getting a lot more people coming in, and it's all good. So yeah, there's your man right there. Driving with Myles, Myles, right? You should see that now. So take your time, put it in, Driving with Myles, right? I'm going to be changing the website around. It's going to look really crispy, right? Everything is coming. So again, Driving, Drinding with Myles, Myles. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want it to drag. So you have to be that defensive driver. I love defensive drivers who anticipate, like Halloween is coming. Yes, I do drive on Halloween, but not at night. You got little kids out. They got costumes on. They're excited. They're not thinking about us. They're going to roll out in front of the street. Cover the brake. Slow down, right? We might make a decision not to go into a setup. There are parents there, parents doing videos, might not want to go there, right? So you have to have that defensive mindset because these holidays are important to all of us. You never tell when to get candy, right? Let's keep going. You have to cancel the turn signal, right? 100 feet, a half a block, you turn on that turn signal. That shows that you are using your signal. Anytime you make a directional lane change, you have to use your turn signal, period, right? Let's keep going. We talked about a bad gap, a good space cushion. That's yourself between other cars. If you're right on top of cars and they stop really hard, you're going to hit them. So I try to tell my students, maintain a good space cushion. You'll be able to see the rear of the tires on the ground, right? Let's continue. You want to stop behind the stop line. And when you stop behind the stop line, Robin, did you find the site? Just let me know. Driving with Myles. So those things are important. I'm going to go ahead and type it in here so we know what's going on. Driving with Myles. There you go. Okay, so let's kind of wrap this up in closing. It's about you, right? I'm showing you love. I appreciate you because without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here on the other platform. I wouldn't be here because of you. I'm sharing a day in my life of what I do for over 21 years. And I was blessed to teach my daughter how to drive. I taught my son how to drive. I've taught twins, triplets, twins, a whole large group of people. So I'm blessed. Every year it gets better because you have more technology, these touchscreen laptops in the classroom, Kahoot, Quizlet, all of those elements. And eventually I will have a driving simulator too, right? So some other good things are coming to increase that knowledge skill set. And then kind of in closing, I just want to say, I appreciate all of you because without you, I wouldn't be here, and I'm blessed. So we're gonna upload this. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow too because I need to start showing more love and letting you know, hey, I appreciate you. I'll shout all of you out. Flex, DNA Hype, Rachel, Alexis, Robin. I just appreciate all of you, and I just want to say thank you so much. Love you, and I'll get on tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get on about 1 o'clock also. Thank you so much. Bye.